What's up, everybody? Tobin here with you. Thank you for tuning on in. Much appreciated. I always, I'm blown away by your guys' support. It means a lot to me. And I actually have an announcement before we get to some Dolphins stuff. Got a new Dolphins podcast that I'm starting on up with a new podcast platform, 2400. They're gonna have one to cover every single team in the NFL. And they asked your boy to do one on the Miami Dolphins. So I am saying yes. We are going to do that. We're going to bring you 3 of those a week, and you guys will be able to get it on all your podcast platforms. It's already up on Apple and Spotify now. If you guys could go subscribe, I will put the link for each of them down here. It would mean a ton to me, the support, and if you guys could download that would mean a lot. And I'm going to be doing the show with my boy Alejandro Solana, who you guys may know from the Hockman and Crowder show, and he is the executive producer of Miami Dolphins broadcast. So you'll have a couple of guys. One is going to be boots on the ground at practice. I'll be there, a couple times a week, and Solana will be there, boots on the ground during the games, and so we'll have all that. But you guys know us. Look, if you guys don't know Solana, you will. He gets silly. I like to get silly. And that's how we're going to roll with things. We'll bring you some good guests as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this project, and just more stuff for you guys to consume. I'm always blown away by how much you guys want more, and it would mean a lot if you guys could subscribe to that, check that on out, as if I'm sure you guys have a lot of Dolphins podcasts in your life, but I know that a lot of you tune in here too for that kind of content, so if you guys could check that on out, that would mean a ton to me. So let's get into what's going on now, man, all right? And everything will stay here the same too. I'm not taking away anything, I'm just adding on. I'm not going to be honing back on here anymore. I'm not going to be taking any back on the radio show. Radio show staying the same. Still doing 4 hours a day with Leroy. Still doing the MMA podcast. Still going to be doing a bunch of interviews. It's busy time of years, man. We're all kids are back in school, so it leaves a lot of free time at home for me to make a lot of content, and I'm excited about it. I've babbled on enough. So let's get to it, all right? Dolphins having their joint practice this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A lot of drama around it because, they're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're out here. They're doing whatever the hell they want. They got a quarterback who just breaks the rules willy-nilly. Still hasn't answered for his crimes, by the way. Is still just ducking and dodging the media. I want to say this up front, okay? Because I smell a rat. I just want to say as a disclaimer, I hope everything is okay with Tom Brady from a personal standpoint, which it seems like it is. All the reports are basically saying this is kind of a life balance thing and part of him coming back to football, that he's going to be back, I guess, after the second preseason game and really tune it on up, because why the hell does a guy who has played 25 years of football need training camp? It seems like the least useful thing. But it is interesting that he shows up for one day of practice against the Miami Dolphins, and then the next day you would suppose that he would talk to the media, and still hasn't since all of this tampering stuff has come out. So, you'll excuse me if I'm a little bit skeptical, that I'm looking at this and you see these things of, he's just taking on this predetermined leave all of a sudden, and he's gone, and he's away from camp, and you're just like, okay, all right. Because this media is thirsty to ask questions about what the hell went on and how much he was flirting with the Miami Dolphins and how much of that stuff was going on. And just conveniently, he's not there on the day he's probably going to be asked questions and have to talk to the media. Hasn't spoken to the media since the suspension has been handed down. Just very convenient. He's there talking to Tua, though. Even Tua was like... yesterday, he's like, well, when you guys talk to Tom, you'll have to ask him about it. It's like, we can't, because he's out like a thief in the night, Tua. So, you hope for. Listen, I hope everything is okay with Tom. It doesn't seem like it's a health thing. It's been reported. There's not a health thing in the family. There's nothing healthful. Just it's about life balance or something like that. Probably predetermined with him coming back. Also, happens to align with a giant scandal that is attached to his name. So, I'm sure it's just a coincidence. And if something really does come out that is terrible, I'll feel horrible about this segment, and my skepticism will be filled with regret and shame, but I don't think it is. I smell a rat. That's what I smell. Meanwhile, while Tom Brady wasn't there today, Tua in the offense, much better day today. Yesterday was really surrounded by the defense having an amazing day and shutting Tom Brady's ass down and all that type of stuff. But Tua, I mean, the throws were all over the place. The big one today everybody saw was Tua to Tyreek Hill, one-handed grab for a touchdown. They tore up the Bucs, dude. I saw like 9 highlights of like Tyreek Hill just breaking ankles. I don't know if they were the same play, just on different angles, but I saw Tyreek Hill snatch more ankles than Allen Iverson, dude. He was just out there, just like grand theft on the ankles. It's incredible, and the guy is just just oozing confidence for this team and everything that this team brings to the table. He said today that we are a good young team and our coach is handsome.
All I'm gonna say right now is, man, we're gonna continue working. We're gonna continue getting better, and if we continue doing that, we'll definitely be headed in the right direction. We're a young team, with a great looking head coach. So, man, everything is going in the right direction for us right now. So, we're on the up and up.
On the up and up, dude. On the up and up with your handsome-ass coach, all right? Eat your heart out, Cliff Kingsbury, you fraud. Fake guru, fake handsome. Mike McDaniel, real guru, real handsome. That's what I like to say. Piece of news for the Dolphins. Okay, so for today, Adam Shaheen, that trade got canceled because he failed a physical. He says in his Twitter bio he will not comply, and apparently neither will this trade. So Adam Shaheen back on the Dolphins with the crowded-ass tight end room. Tua, it seems like he's not going to play in the preseason opener. That is what Mike McDaniel didn't announce, but basically hinted at, is that it seems like Tua Tagovailoa is not going to play in the preseason opener. I suppose if, Teddy Bridgewater wakes up with IBS, there's always a chance that you still got to play the football game. But it looks very much like Tua is not going to play in the preseason opener, which is, it's interesting because it is a new offense. But obviously they had to feel great about how today went with them connecting on all fronts with Waddle, with Gesicki, just the way things are looking for them up and down. You had Teron Armstead today taking, more reps than he had in any practice. So this felt as much like a dress rehearsal day for the Dolphins than any other day. And the defense, they didn't have much to go up against with Tampa because they were sitting a lot of people. The Dolphins, they're on the road. They've been on the road all week. It's kind of an odd thing. Tua took the team out for dinner and, picked up the tab and all that type of stuff. But that's a very baseball thing when you're gone for a week and you can build this camaraderie. And, for them to have this, it really does seem like it is had a lot of value as far as what today was in getting the real stuff done. Connor Williams still having some snap issues and stuff like that, but it was not something that Mike McDaniel really had a lot of worry of. He says, look, if his one thing is snapping, he feels like that's fixable. And we've had some seasons down here that have been played with some bad snaps, so you hope that it's not that is the case, that this isn't something to worry about. But listen, Mike McDaniel doesn't sweat at all. Like, they were trying to do the whole Tom Brady thing with him. And is it awkward? You guys got punished. Tom Brady, he's right over there. And he's like, yeah, there's nothing awkward from my standpoint.
For me, nothing happened. Everyone else is the one making it awkward. That doesn't occupy a single iota of space with anybody. It's hard enough to be good in this league. We're, as the Miami Dolphins, we're very, all of our energy is very coordinated and only has to do with us getting better, and everything else would be an opportunity cost that we're not willing to expend.
So not bothering him. And then Tua addressed this yesterday. Now, I felt bad about this because he was already asked about this. This literally happened. I think he talked the day after it happened, because the day that he did, it was like Preston Williams disgruntled with his trade. He spoke to the media, and then it was a bunch of rookies. And then the next day, no address from McDaniel talked about it, but no address from Chris Greer. And so who's there to handle all rumors via the Dolphins? It's Tua Tagovailoa. But it was a lot of media there this week, obviously, between two teams that are covering it. A lot of national media is there because it's a big story. You know, the Dolphins and Tom Brady linked, and there's a suspension involved and an owner banished and picks that are taken away. And so people, I mean, look, if Tom Brady was going to speak, which many people probably thought that was going to be the case, that this was going to be a big thing to be at. But who's there the only person there who's there to answer questions? Tua. And, you know, he's getting badgered and is quite frankly fed up with it.
No, I think I answered that last week. Because I think they were doing that in 2019, but then I came in 2020. So I mean, they picked me. So So 2020, it's 2022. I'm still here. So yeah. So I mean, I'm still here. To me, that's all noise at this point.
The guy is just very much badgering like noise right there too. Because first of all, he's not even getting the years right, which is frustrating. Because the initial link to Brady was before they did draft him, and the second one was seemingly after the season. The plan was there was some flirtation going on. We know the Dolphins are trying to replace Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not breaking news. The dude knew. I mean, they were basically a Deshaun Watson rumor every single week, and then they had this obsession with Tom Brady. How many times does Tua have to answer the topic about the team having faith in him when no games have been played? You know, like if Tua goes out there this year and he stinks up the joint and the Dolphins start 2-6 and people are asking for Teddy Bridgewater and do you think this is your time? Fine. That's all fair game. That is like, all right, the understood results, you got to go out there and perform. If he's stinking up the joint and he's been given all this offense and all the type of stuff, and it looks like it's really on him, boom. Go after him. But, like, for him to have multiple weeks where he's the only person out here having to answer questions about Tom Brady when the Dolphins general manager won't address it, the owner is out to lunch. The owner's just like, I'm happy with everything. I'm so glad that Roger Goodell has come out here and cleared my name, even though we have to give him a first-round draft pick. Like, he's out. He's out to wackadoo world. And then here's Tua, who is definitely going into the most important year of his career, and he's still answering questions about things that are in the shadows that have nothing to do with him. And this guy's just hitting him with, like, he's like, Tua's like just trying to move on. Like, hey, if they did that, I'm here. They picked me. I'm here. Last week we was talking about, like, if it's about supporting me, I believe the whole team is all in with me. And just like, it just never ends with the whole, oh, are you sure they're all into you? Are you sure they're all into you too? Are you sure? And it's like, yeah. Have you seen the actions of the team here? Not what not what they were doing in the shadows. What are they doing here with the coach? How the coach speaks, how the star receiver speaks, how the line speaks about, how his teammates speak about him, and how that does it. How he just like hasn't stormed off a podium by now is amazing. I mean, the guy, one of the reasons I just think it's impossible to root against the guy is because he's just so professional when it comes to handling this. I mean, quite frankly, this bull that just keeps getting thrown his way. And really what the Dolphins should have done, honestly, and they should have done this last year with the Deshaun Watson thing too, because Brian Flores handled it like a punk, where he was just saying, who's our quarterback and deferring. And Chris Greer never addressed it up until the end of the season. Or I think at the trade deadline was when they finally addressed it after 6 weeks of questions about it. And when this suspension should have happened, Chris Greer should have gone and addressed the media as a representative of somebody who's been with the Dolphins organization for 2 decades, and the guy who's been in charge now for all of these years that have been in question. He definitely should have gone up there and answered questions about this, and not left his quarterback and his new head coach holding the bag once again. So that was just one of these things that just really pissed me off this past week. Is like, I get it. I know Tua's going into a big year. You're entitled to your opinion if you think the guy's going to suck, or if you already think he sucks and you don't believe in him. But for him to continue to have to answer questions about, do you think the Dolphins really believe in you? What does it matter? We're going to see. It's like when he asked the question last week, why are people infatuated with you throwing the ball for? Because people don't, with that viral throw, because people don't think I can throw the ball. Like, if you want to know why the guy's getting so, sassy with his haters, it's like, well, listen to all the crap that he has to deal with week in and week out. This guy's like, well, actually, too, it was 2021. No, it was 2022. All right, guy, congratulations. You really pinned him down. Like, and what? And he's supposed to what? Just cry about it? Is Tua supposed to cry? What do you want him to do? Do you want him to go in the fetal position, suck his thumb, and say, oh, they wanted Brady? Really, what should have happened was when that rat snake went up to Tua, that rat fink, deflator of footballs, that cheat, tamperer, Tom Brady. He should have said, hey, you want to come be chummy with it? Go bleep yourself. You saw an opportunity. You thought I'm Ryan Fitzpatrick. Get out of here, old man. Kick rocks. Obviously, Tua would never do that. I mean, he'd probably send him like an edible arrangement or something like that because he's a sweetheart. But you know what I mean. Doesn't even have the guts to show up and answer any questions. Oh, I'm taking a leave for 2 weeks. All right, dude. Hopefully nothing's really wrong. Otherwise, I'm going to seem like a real jerk there. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And until next time.